Hey, Ontario middle school teachers and friends, we're going to find out whether or not ChatGPT is smart enough to figure out that a series of text messages is coming from a suspicious phishing scam. This is the critical thinking text puzzle that I just published. It's free for a limited time. The link is in the YouTube description. I'm just going to download it. I'm going to open up the PDF. I'm going to click on the Google Slides link, make a copy in my own Google Drive. It's a slideshow lesson for students. The question is whether or not your students can figure out who is talking, what is happening, and how do you know that? It's reading comprehension, but sort of tricking them into reading comprehension. The first slide shows 654 and the number 1-855-709-7226. Then you have to figure out, okay, well, what's going on? In my answer guide, what I do is I write down, it says evidence from the text, things we see, like the date, the number. I put I say, so things that I think I know about these clues. And then I come up with and so sentences, which is me just taking some wild guesses based on the evidence so far. What do I think is happening? Maybe it's a business contacting the person with the phone. So I come up with these ideas. I go into ChatGPT. Hey, here's the lesson. And here is my answer key, what I have so far. Then I ask it to help me come up with 5 more and so sentences. Then based on these 5 and so sentences, I use my professional judgment and I pick and choose and phrase them in a way that makes sense for me. And I put that into my answer key. So that's my answers for slide 1. We go on to slide 2, which then says text message, and it's Friday, December 15th. So there are more clues for the students. The text message says, delivery alert. There's a problem with your Amazon shipment. Do you want to reschedule? Yes or no? Now the point is for students to figure out, well, what's going on? It says December 15th. I say that a lot of people order Christmas presents in December. And so maybe the person with the phone ordered online on Amazon and it looks like there's a problem with the delivery. On my end, I come up with an it says, I say, and so for the answer key. I write down things that we see in the text and things that I say. I wonder if the person's going to click yes or no. This is the first time the person is texting us, and I know this because it shows a phone number. Otherwise, the person probably would have renamed the phone number to like Amazon. Then I come up with the and so, and I come up with a couple of and so sentences. I go into ChatGPT and I basically say, hey, can you come up with 5 more I say and so's? Here's what I have so far. One of the important ways to use ChatGPT or artificial intelligence that our students need to figure out, if we feed it examples of the kinds of things we're looking for, it's much better at coming up more examples like that. Rather than saying, hey, come up with 10 ideas about possible speech topics, if you give examples of speech topics and then ask ChatGPT to come up with 10 more like that, it'll do a better job at finding stuff that you like. I told ChatGPT, here's what I have so far. Here's slide 1. Here's slide 2. Then I asked, can you come up with 5 more and so sentences? And it says, sure. And it generates a bunch of possibilities. Then as a teacher, I look at these, I use my professional experience. I try to come up with answers that are scaffolded. So there's a direction in the learning. And I write those possibilities in the answer key. The next slide gives more information. It says Tuesday, December 19th at 10:46 a.m. The text message always from the left side. So it's always from that number. It says, second warning, there's a problem with your Amazon shipment. If not fixed, the package will be sent back. There's a link that says shipment-amzn.com. Students have to fill out the graphic organizer. It says I say and so. I'm coming up with the answer key, so I came up with examples of things it says. For example, amzn.com. I've seen that before. That's a short link for Amazon. It says second warning. That creates a sense of urgency, of panic. I noticed because there isn't a comment on the right-hand side, it means the person hasn't responded yet. So they didn't respond yes or no. They did nothing. I come up with some examples of I say. So maybe this is a grandmother who's sending presents to their grandkids in a different country, and it's their first time using Amazon. They needed a phone number, so they use their daughter's phone number, but they don't live with their daughter, so the grandparent can't check the daughter's phone to get these messages. That's why they missed the first call. The and so is just a hypothetical scenario that could fit the evidence so far. In ChatGPT, here's slide 1. So I'm training it the kind of stuff I want to see. Here's slide 2. And then in slide 3, I write what I have so far. It says, I say, and then I have 1 and so scenario. And I asked ChatGPT, can you come up with 5 more I say and so's for this slide? ChatGPT is awesome. It generates 5 more hypothetical inferences based on what I've provided so far. I take that information, pick and choose the best ones that fit my teaching style, and I put those answers into my answer key. Now we move into slide 4. This is where it gets interesting. In slide 4, the next clue, it says Wednesday, December 20th at 8:24 a.m. Final warning. There's a problem with your Amazon shipment. The package will be returned today, and then it's the same link. Now, the question is if your students will notice the typo in the way that Amazon is spelled, A-M-Z-O-N shipment. This time when I came up with the answer key, I did something different. I wanted to see if ChatGPT would notice that Amazon was spelled incorrectly in the text message. I asked ChatGPT, here's what I wrote so far. Slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, and in slide 4, I just give the it says stuff. I didn't give any inferences at all. I wanted to see if ChatGPT could detect that this was a phishing scam or that this was a lesson about phishing scams. I said, hey, can you come up with 5 I say sentences? And then can you come up with 5 and so sentences? Here's what ChatGPT did. It noticed that the spelling of Amazon is suspicious. And it says, it could be a typo, but it also raises a red flag about the authenticity of the message. Here's slide 5. And it says here at the bottom, today, 6:54 p.m. The message says, your Netflix account has been locked. Click to unlock your account. Then it says a link, bit.ly/unlock-netflix.com. I know that there's a few clues in here. If this was a phone number from Amazon, why would Netflix all of a sudden be using Amazon's phone number? That's a huge red flag. If I start to dig a little bit more deeper in here, like unlock-netflix.com, well, I see the words unlock-netflix.com, but that's not actually the Netflix website. A Netflix website would be netflix.com. There wouldn't be anything in front of it. Of course, the point of this is to talk about scams. If you clicked on that link, it probably would go into a page. It probably looks like Netflix, or it probably looks like Amazon. And if you sign in with your Amazon information or your Netflix information, you just gave some bad actors your password and credentials. You also prove to these scammers that this phone number is legitimate, and you just sent a signal to those scammers that, well, if you're the kind of person who fell for this, you'll probably fall for other scams. So let's try sending you some more scams until we get a scam that works and it pays out in money. The question right now is ChatGPT smart enough to figure this out? The it says, evidence from the text. So new information says today, 6:54 p.m. It says your Netflix account has been locked. Click to unlock your account. And then there's a link, bit.ly/unlock-netflix.com. Let's paste this into ChatGPT. I have to copy my answer key so far. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go to ChatGPT. I'm going to paste in my stuff. Here's what I wrote so far. Slide 1, it says I say and so. Slide 2, it says I say and so. Slide 3, it says I say and so. Slide 4, it says I say and so. Slide 5, it says, and the I say and so are blank. Then my questions, come up with 5 more I say, come up with 5 more and so sentences. So this is a test to see if ChatGPT can figure out in this scenario, this phone number, it's giving out a bunch of alerts about Amazon. There was a typo that ChatGPT picked up. And now in the last clue, it's going to say your Netflix account has been locked. Click to unlock your account, and there's a bit.ly link. Let's see what ChatGPT says. Let's see if ChatGPT can infer that this is a scam text message. ChatGPT is thinking. The message says Netflix is locked, but it could also be a phishing attempt. It's unusual for a company like Netflix to use a bit.ly, so this could be a scam. The urgency seems similar to the Amazon messages, but the shift from a delivery issue to a Netflix account is a big change. It picked it up. So if this is the same phone receiving all these messages, it seems like they're getting a lot of urgent, possibly suspicious messages in a short time. The point here is if you ever get a text message from a company and you're worried about what the text message says, don't click the link, don't phone them, just Google search the company, go in through the official website and see if there's any issue that way. Super cool. ChatGPT was able to figure out that this is probably a suspicious texting scam based on this information in the clues. If you're a teacher and you learn something new, can you give this video a thumbs up? That sends a signal to the algorithm. YouTube will decide to show this to other teachers like you. My name is Mike Fuchigami. This is the EduCircles channel.